Hello, my name is Brianna, and I'll be discussing the importance of Puritanism in the American founding. The Puritans were tired of being persecuted in England and wanted to move to the New World in search of religious freedom. They also wanted to wipe out the vestiges of the Roman Catholic worship and doctrine that survived within the Church of England, according to Mark Knoll. They set out for the American colonies and landed in Massachusetts Bay in 1630. There were four ways in which the Puritans wanted to view the American colonies. They believed that humankind must depend entirely upon God for salvation. They held the belief that humans were sinners who will not choose to be reconciled with God unless God initiates the process of their salvation. The Puritans emphasized the authority of the Bible. They believed that the Bible exerts a regulative authority, which means Christians should do only what the scriptures explicitly direct. They also believed that God created society as a unified whole. Church, state, individual, and the public are not unrelated spheres of life, but are complementary, intimately connected by God's acts of creation and his continuing providence. Finally, they believed that God works with people through covenants or solemn agreements. The Bible explains this in terms and conditions of the covenants through which God approaches the world. This was how the Puritans wanted to spread their influence in the American colonies. These Puritans were led by Governor John Winthrop and established the Massachusetts Bay Colony. The Puritans were instrumental in the founding of America and started the first Massachusetts Charter. They also had an influence in the Bill of Rights through the first Massachusetts Charter. The Great Awakening, led by Jonathan Edwards, was the first religious revival on American soil. The colonies soon filled with congregational churches that helped spread their influence among the colonists. These churches that were built also played an active role in the War of Independence. For example, the Old North Church, where the two lanterns were hung by Robert Newman to signal to the Patriots that the British were coming by sea. They prided themselves on self-government and freedom. The Puritans also became involved in the abolition of slavery and women's rights during the 19th and 20th centuries. According to Joseph Swartz in his article, Three Aspects of Hawthorne's Puritanism, Hawthorne believes that Puritanism gave way to the struggle for political liberty in America. Hawthorne did not always agree with the Puritan way of life, but it helped in the development of the Bill of Rights through their political ideology of self-government and freedom. Hawthorne admits that the Puritans were right in wanting to eradicate the British within the American colonies. Hawthorne states that the Puritans were politically solid and they respected the idea of government. Their influence in the American Revolution was made clear when they demanded liberty and freedom of the law from the British rulers. So as you can see, the Puritans' influence on the founding of America was very important. Not only were they able to make a life in the American colonies, but they were able to influence certain aspects of American history that got us where we are today.